recently, the owner of the Patriots, Robert Kraft, was implicated in a federal investigation into a giant sex trafficking ring in Florida. Now, the massage parlor that he went to in Juniper, Florida, was previously owned by a woman named Li Yang, who also goes by Cindy. So she sold that massage parlor back in 2013. She's no longer the owner, but further investigation on websites like rubmaps.com indicates that there are some reviews left where people talk about how they did get some sexual favors or services there.
Is that what that means?
Yeah. So anyway, that's not the point of this story. Over the weekend,
but
Mother Jones, it is okay.
It's a fun fact.
It's some trivia for you. Now, Mother Jones looked into what Cindy Yang has been up to recently, and they found that she and her husband founded some sort of investment consulting firm, and that they are now, or they were, trying to sell their connections to Donald Trump and his family to Chinese businessmen. So let me give you more details. First off, understand that Yang was not politically active at all prior to this. The Miami Herald found that she hadn't voted in 10 years. But then all of a sudden, she's super active in the Trump campaign. In fact, since 2017, Li Yang and her close relatives have contributed more than $42,000 to Trump Victory, a political action committee, and more than $16,000 to the president's campaign. And so she opened an investment consulting firm in 2017 targeting Chinese businesses, hoping to expand to US markets. The firm's website advertises her new political connections and promises her clients pictures with the president and other high-level members of his administration. So she took a picture with Donald Trump during the last Super Bowl, and apparently, this website, which she has since taken down, also featured her in a bunch of other pictures with some big names in Republican politics. Take a look.
She's been spotted with the who's who of the GOP, including the president's sons at Mar-a-Lago, Kellyanne Conway at the inauguration, and Sarah Palin. But it's this selfie Yang took with President Trump at a Super Bowl watch party that's raising eyebrows.
So there you go. She's very much involved in Republican politics, but understand that when any donor has money to give, they get direct access to these politicians. Simply taking pictures with them isn't an issue, but it is an issue if there are foreign nationals contributing money to a presidential campaign or bribing a president in order to get certain favors. There was one specific businessman, Chinese businessman, noted in the Mother Jones article, who owns an electric car company, and he wants to expand the electric car company so it's included in the New York Stock Exchange. So he apparently used Yang's services in order to go to a Mar-a-Lago event hoping to meet with Trump, but Trump didn't end up going because of the government shutdown.
This is a perfect intersection of two different forms of prostitution. And
I know, it's kind of amazing.
Yeah, Li Yang in the epicenter of all of it. But the businessman that came over from China didn't even speak English. So why is he coming here? Well, he's coming here to take pictures, and so that he could use that as influence. Now, wait a minute, how is he getting to a New Year's Eve party with Trump's inner circle? Well, Li Yang is a member of Trump's clubs, so she pays a lot of money to gain that access, and then she contributes, and then she has other family members contribute to Donald Trump and his PACs, so that opens all the doors. So then that's how you get invites to their inner sanctum. And so she's got pictures with all the people that you saw. The businessman that she brought in took a picture with Donald Trump Jr. and others as well. And Donald Trump Jr. and the Trump campaign, et cetera, they get money. And the services they provide is that picture, which then is used for influence. Now, influence for what direction? This particular businessman, I don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy. Yeah. I know that he wants to expand his business, not based on whether it's a good business, but based on, hey, I have connections to Donald Trump, right? And all these guys, they prostitute out our government so that they can get more campaign money.
That's exactly right. So the businessman that we've been talking about is in graphic 23. So there he is with Donald Trump's son. But again, I mean, look, this is a real question. Is there money exchanged with the Trump organization, campaign, whatever you want to call it, because a lot of these events are fundraising events, right, for Trump's re-election campaign. And the FEC clearly states that foreign nationals cannot contribute money to a politician's campaign here in the United States. So are these Chinese businessmen or business people getting what they want from Trump? If they are getting what they want from Trump, is their money being exchanged? Because while it does seem like bribery in general is legalized in the US, not all forms of bribery is.
So that is why they should actually very seriously investigate Li Yang. Not about the massage parlors, but about the more important form of the prostitution, which is politically. Because for example, and there's many businessmen that have done this. It's just that Tang Hua happened to take a picture with both Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr., et cetera. But for all those people that they set up this website and this business for, are they then getting money from those foreigners and then basically money laundering and giving it to the Trump campaign? Because if they are, that's deeply illegal. Foreigners are not allowed to give money to US politicians. So that is one thing to investigate. Secondly, this is a perfect twofer for the corrupt Trump team, because people like Li Yang, she's an American citizen. Well, they give money to his campaign, but they also give money to his business interests. That goes directly into his pocket. Mar-a-Lago, it costs $200,000 just to become a member, let alone your yearly dues. So that directly enriches the president, and then he does political favors for them. That's corruption 101. And they're at the Super Bowl party together. We had a Super Bowl party here. You know what it was filled with? My friends.
Right.
And our hosts, etc. Well, for Trump, he's like, well, you give me money? Yeah, come on, whatever you need. Let's hang out together. I thought he was gonna drain the swamp. What happened?
He's the biggest swamp monster of them all. He's been exploiting our system of legalized bribery forever. And so it's not surprising to me that he's engaged in some of this unsavory activity. The question is, and I think an investigation would find this, is he doing something illegal here? And I hope that an investigation is done. And you've mentioned previously that you're worried that the scope of Mueller's investigation is too narrow. And when it comes to stories like this, I worry about that too, because is Mueller looking into this? Has he been tipped off to some potential illegal activity here? I don't know. But this does seem a little shady, to say the least.
I would guess no. You would need probably other prosecutors, whether they're local prosecutors in Florida. Good luck. Now, why do I say good luck? Here's other people that she contributed to. Matt Gaetz, of course, most loyal congressman to Donald Trump from Florida. Also, Ron DeSantis, now the governor of Florida. So if you buy off everybody, well, then nobody will prosecute you. If you remember, Donald Trump paid off the Pam Bondi, the attorney general of Florida, when she was investigating his Trump University. So he gave her a campaign check and she immediately shut down the investigation. So there's several layers of corruption here. One is the political corruption that is legalized in America. You could just bribe politicians by giving them campaign contributions and independent expenditures into their PAC. That part is legal but gross, and both parties do that. Trump is taking it to another level, but Mitch McConnell does it, they all do it, okay? Then there is the potential for illegal funding of the president. The emoluments clause in the Constitution says you cannot get personally enriched by becoming president and selling out American interests. In the case of Mar-a-Lago, with all these people paying Donald Trump to be able to have access to him, and then him maybe doing the favors for them, that is unconstitutional. And then the last layer is foreigners giving money to the president, which is also illegal. I missed the obvious end of that last story, which all leads to, it's too late now, you can't do a joke too late. Anyway, to Donald Trump not having a very happy ending to this story. All right, we'll be right back. The TYT Plus app is now available on iOS and Android. Download to get more TYT content at tyt.com/app.